Lucky Lefty Podcast, Honora Boys. We are in the building and we are brought to you by Honora Whiskey, HonoraWhiskey.com. It is that premium American whiskey, HonoraWhiskey.com. And by all means, if you choose to drink, make sure that you do it
responsibly.
Let's get it lit. YBH. Lucky Lefty Podcast. Honora Boys in the building. Brought to you by Honora Whiskey. SD2 Mike Sean Davis. That dude. The original Lucky Lefty himself, Malik ZAIRE. As always, courtesy of Bleav Network. Presented by FanDuel. If you go over to FanDuel right now, you will find Notre Dame, the prohibitive favorite to win the national championship, according to FanDuel. But also, now, the clear-cut favorite, no longer the co-favorite to win the Heisman Trophy, CJ Carr, your starting quarterback. You can find that and much more over at FanDuel, FanDuel.com, or simply download the FanDuel app. Don't forget, subscribe on YouTube, hit the thumbs up. It helps with the views. And then share and let everybody know about Lucky Lefty Podcast, because we are indeed home of the misguided passion and forever committed to making sure that we spin it different. It's a sad day in Chicago, Lev.
Is that right?
Yeah, the Bears claim they're moving to Hammond, Indiana. That's what they claim.
Yeah, they said Northwest Indiana.
I mean, it's literally 15 minutes from my crib. So,
is it far from the city? Or I thought is that the new Arlington area?
No, Arlington is the northwest suburbs, far northwest suburbs. Hammond, Indiana.
I thought that's where they was going to the stadium at first.
Hammond, Indiana is literally across the border from the south side of Chicago. And it's a 15 to 20 minute ride for me. They just put a new casino right off of I-80 heading that way. They probably would have more infrastructure. To be honest, it would probably bring higher value to the area around our church, because there's already a big time golf course near the church. The Amazon factory is right there. So there's Amazon investment, and hotels would probably come because they would need hotels closer to Hammond and to the stadium. So you probably will see an economic boom to the southern part of the city in the south suburbs and definitely northwest Indiana. So I don't think there's a certain segment of fans that aren't mad at it, but I don't think it's a good look for the city of Chicago or the state of Illinois. But I don't blame. The first people I blame will not be the politicians. It
really?
Just won't. No. The truth of the matter is that the Chicago Bears are one of the only franchises that are owned by people that only have their football franchise. Jerry Jones made billions in oil and other industries. Jerry Reinsdorf makes tons of money in other industries. The Chicago Bears and the Hallis family have the Chicago Bears. That is it. They are nowhere near as liquid as someone like a Jerry Jones or many of the other owners like a Sam Kroenke out there in LA.
That's a shame, because you guys are the first organization, NFL franchise or something like that?
One of the founding organizations. And because they're not liquid, they are totally dependent on receiving TIF money, state funds, and other concessions. And we talked about the deal that the Kansas City Chiefs got to leave Kansas City. to move to Kansas, shall I say. And Indiana is giving the Bears pretty much a similar deal, a sweetheart deal where they will end up totally owning the stadium with nothing left on the bill to the state of Indiana. So, as I said before, it's a challenging thing. They needed somebody to give them a sweetheart deal. And you have a governor who might have some aspirations for a White House run. And the last thing he wants is to further tax the residents of the state of Illinois for a stadium on his way out or on his way to a campaign. And the Bears really don't have, they had to bring in Kevin Warren, a Notre Dame grad, to try and grease the wheel of the politicians because they don't have any political cachet, which is honestly is an absolute joke that this family has no political cachet downstate at this point. So no, the root of it starts with the fact that the Bears are just, in terms of cash as owners, they don't have it to be able to build a stadium of that magnitude. They don't have it.
Wow.
If they did, they would have left Soldier Field a long time ago and would not have signed the most ridiculous lease agreement for Soldier Field to renovate it. It was an absolute darling deal for the city of Chicago that they have to buy out, even if they build a stadium, which is why another reason why they don't have the cash, bro. It's sad. I understand, but we're really in an era where there aren't a lot of the Dallas Cowboys don't play in Dallas. The San Francisco 49ers don't have a stadium in San Francisco. Right. I mean, Cleveland has one downtown. Detroit has one downtown. Tennessee has one downtown. Nashville. I mean, it is what it is. But I understand the angst. Yeah. I understand the angst.
You're going to be a season ticket holder then.
Say it again.
So you're going to be a season ticket holder since it's so close.
Yeah. Yeah. I think most people realize that the ticket prices are going to soar. That's another one. That's another thing. Ticket prices are absolutely going to soar. So that's something to watch. So today we want to talk about, and I want to give Bleav an opportunity to share his thoughts on the conversation that I had and concerning Marcus Freeman. I think this is a season left where he is going to have to prove whether or not he is a championship coach. I think this is a really important season for Marcus Freeman. We know he is considered a top 10, top 5 head coach in college football. He's considered a top 3, I would say probably a top 3 recruiter as a head coach.
Yep.
As far as putting together a staff, he's probably top 5. But is he a championship coach? The only way you can prove that is by winning it, right? You have to win it to be a championship coach. No one thought Brian Davis a championship coach until he defeated the Fighting Irish and won one. So
right.
I think that's where we're at with being able to give an accurate account of what we think about Marcus Freeman going into 2026. So I offer this question to you, and then I'll give you the runway. Has Marcus Freeman fallen short, met, or exceeded expectations in his first 4 seasons at Notre Dame?
Well, I think you got to start by judging if it's any better than what was there before him and through the circumstances of him being a first time head coach at a top 5 program and then to be a on an individual performance base, be a top 5 coach in college football on top of being at a top 5 organization. I think he's exceeded from what people at in the beginning would have guessed, especially after the Oklahoma State game, which was his first game. So I do think that him overachieving on the expectations, especially, you came behind Brian Kelly, who established, if nothing else, a tenure of consistency in a lot of regards, a certain standard that, would be appreciated. And, when we look back on those years, because in today's college football, who else is coaching at one place for 10 years and then becoming a winningest coach and getting a championship run? And, that's pretty special. They paid, if it wasn't for Nick Saban, I'm sure Brian Kelly would get a lot more accolades in the football culture perspective for just longevity. I mean, that's hard to do. And it makes it even crazier because Marcus Freeman comes in and seamlessly ups the production of something where people would have felt it was at a place. That was a 10-win every season type of team. And Marcus Freeman to go through that, exceeded in many different categories, especially he was highlighting areas in which the previous administration was lacking, like recruiting. So he did the smart thing and be like, okay, that's what everybody was complaining about. Let me be really good at it. That was the first signal of, okay, this guy's got something different. He just addressed all the things that was lacking for so long and then made it his own into a way where, in my opinion, he overachieved because he changed the perspective of Notre Dame in a short time. People look at Notre Dame a little differently. Yeah, you still got the haters. Yeah, you still got the people that you can't change their mind of. But from a recruiting standpoint, we're getting the traction from recruits in a different way. We're winning in recruiting battles where we haven't won before. So to be a player in that aspect shows where Marcus Freeman knew he could elevate the program. And I think that's where you can say, yeah, he's overachieved. Like, it's him and being in the head coaching position is almost less of what he's doing on the field as opposed to how he's building the program. So in terms of how he's building a program, I think he's overachieved, especially dealing with the challenges early on of being half hired and coaches being hired for him and having to, bite the bullet on things that wasn't his fault and all type of stuff. Telling your quarterbacks you're going to let them go and just everything that you was managing and still being able to win. It showed a lot about your character. And then just him being able to handle all the things essentially Brian Kelly didn't. He's going to the White House, doing the commercials, kissing the babies and shaking the hands. So from a face of the program, he's done great. He even escaped a couple scandals. That's rare. So I think he's overachieved in a lot of aspects in that point. In terms of on the field, I mean, I don't think anybody assumed he would get to a championship in 3 years. So I know he didn't win it, but I mean, to be that hot says a lot, So would I say he overachieved? I guess I can't say he overachieved on the field because he didn't win it, but that's still like a lot of people don't win it. But for Notre Dame standard, I guess being as tough as we are, no, he didn't overachieve on the field, but for a lot of people, he has up until this point. The championship was almost like the cherry on top, but for him being Marcus Freeman in his position, he got to win. That's just the only credit he probably would feel as the head coach of making a true impact, because all this other stuff is great if it's on the way to a championship. So if this doesn't have no end, it just kind of fizzles out and it can be bad. So he's probably like, I gotta encapsulate all this good stuff with a championship. I think he's got all the right pieces. I think, like you said, it's gonna be really tough this year because of the coaching staff changes. But I do think that outside of that, and considering everybody else has things they're dealing with, I think he's in the best position to, go as far as he wants to. In terms of, I think Notre Dame has the best control of their own destiny next year. And so it's about steering the ship, not about finding how to get there. And I think Marcus Freeman in year 4, it's just a different challenge. It's not like we talked about earlier where you're surprising anybody, where you're, chip on your shoulder necessarily or target on your back. I mean, it's essentially like everybody's expecting you to win. And that's a different approach as a head coach who's been so head down next day, That sounds good when nobody thinks you about to win. Hell, Kirby had to make himself seem delusional for his team to not buy into it. Because they were so good. I mean, they was expected to win. Kirby had to say, everybody thinks we're going 7-5. Nobody thought she was going 7-5, Kirby. nobody thought you guys were going to lose, So how does Marcus Freeman approach his team in that manner? We've seen Marcus Freeman before address the fact that everybody thought we were going to win and then we lose how we lose, So that speech is not necessarily needed. It's not going to be effective. Like everything that you've been saying before is just not effective, considering that everybody's like, okay, well, now what? You got everything you wanted. Everything you want. Got your quarterback, got your coach, got your defense, got the money, got the recruiting, got the playing, got the White House, got the what? Marcus Freeman's got to find a way to end the story of all the success that has been early, if that makes sense. And the only way he can do is by winning it. If he doesn't win it, unfortunately, just because of how he came in, it'll just fall flat fast. I think it either championship or it just falls flat really fast, really, really bad. Because it's just how football goes. But I do think he's overachieved and in different aspects, but obviously not winning it. I wouldn't even call that underachieving because, come on, if you could guarantee a championship, I think the job market would be different. So he can't guarantee one, but he's the closest thing to getting one.
You know what, Left? You said something going back to the beginning, and his expectations were like a moving target, right? He's a first-time head coach. Like, you didn't know what you were going to get from Marcus Freeman.
Right.
You were taking a gamble if you were Jack Swarbrick based upon what you saw. There was no head coaching resume that tells you he's going to come in and win 10 games every year. You didn't have that.
No.
But you had an expectation that one day he can lead us he's the guy that can change the culture and lead us to a national championship. So I think for that, we already know recruiting wise, it's not even close to what existed before he took over. It's not even close. You're talking about a guy, 4 seasons, 43-12, 14-5 against ranked opponents, 5-2 in the postseason games. I mean, what else do you want? What else do you want? He just didn't win the national championship. He got to the national championship before most people thought he would in year 3. Were there, man, that 2023 season, dude, no way, absolutely no way you lose. I'm sorry. There's no way you lose that home game to Ohio State. Dude, no way. I'm sorry. Too many chances to put it away on offense, too many chances to put it away on defense. The road performance, even though you beat Duke by the skin of your dude, man, the smallest of margins with a little bit of horseshoe and luck. Then you go and get whipped by Louisville on the road. Then you recover. And you, come on. You lose to Clemson on the road. It's just, there are so many blemishes. But most of those blemishes, the majority of those blemishes were in year 1 and year 2. Year 3, Northern Illinois, without question, is a blemish. Without question. So he has his imperfections. Even if you feel like he met expectations or he's exceeded expectations, he has his warts. And individually, those are fair to look at. Those are fair to look at. But I think collectively, you did a great job of laying out why. It's hard to say he's exceeded. Hard to say anything other than he's exceeded expectations. It's really hard to say it. He wasn't given the opportunity to select his offensive coordinator. Then the offensive coordinator that he wanted after Tommy Rees left, Notre Dame screwed it up with Andy Ludwig. They screwed it up. Then he's forced to elevate Jared Parker. Jared Parker goes on to get a head coaching job. He goes out, he gets Mike Denbrock to leave LSU. So he really is just now having his offensive guy. I do think he has one major hurdle that I hope he has prepared himself to overcome this offseason left. He has a blind spot, in my opinion, when it comes to offensive football. He has a blind spot as a head coach when it comes to offensive football, in my opinion.
What way?
I'm just being honest, bro. He does. You know that he wants to win football games, offensive line and defensive line play. If Marcus Freeman had his choice of how he would win a national championship, he would run the ball 65% of the time. If he had his choice. If he had his choice. I don't think that's the way he's going to be able to win it. But if he had his choice, he would win it the way Curt Cignetti just won it last year. If he had his choice.
Well, I mean, I thought Indiana had a perfect balance. You read off the percentages. I mean,
yeah, running the ball 70% of the time is not a perfect balance.
No, I'm talking about the way Indiana did it. Indiana was like what 60-40 or something like that.
No, they ran the ball 70% of the time.
Oh.
They ran the ball literally 70% of the time.
Wow.
That is crazy. That's crazy.
Wow.
And someone literally won the Heisman throwing the ball 30% of the time in an offense.
Yeah.
So that shows you an extremely efficient passing game. He has an offense as a defensive-minded coach. One of his biggest hurdles as a head coach is being able to open up the offense and play to the talent. Do you wonder, is it a shock to you? Because it's not a shock to me. Maybe it's a shock to other Notre Dame fans. Is it a shock to you that MALIK Fields is right just jumping up the draft boards?
No.
Is it a shock to you?
Not a shock to me.
Why did he have the numbers he had in Notre Dame?
Because the box was loaded. He had the one-on-ones. He had the quarterback. I mean, the opportunity was open for him. I mean, he became a perfect fit to a team that still needs to expand the pass game, and his veteran ability helped a young quarterback get comfortable. And I mean, it was just the perfect situation. I mean, it was good to be there.
As he told them on that third goal, stop overthinking it.
Yeah.
Stop. Just throw me the ball. Throw me the ball. They had plenty of opportunities to throw him the ball week after week. There's no reason he should not have had at least 5 receptions every game.
Every
he
game.
Should have had minimum 60 receptions. Minimum. I don't care who was in the backfield. If you're throwing the ball 25 to 30 times, then guess what? MALIK Fields should have at least 7 to 10 targets.
That was my biggest criticism, though. We never used in the red zone, we never used the end zone to throw the football. We acted like we only run it in through the goal line. You know, so I think that's something that was underutilized in a lot of ways, because
I agree.
That clip, MALIK Fields just said, throw the same play and do it again.
Do it again.
Like what? He said the same one. He said, "What? You ain't got to draw nothing up. They're giving us the look every time." I mean, for us to have those options and not be a higher percentage in the red zone is crazy. That shows that we're overthinking.
Yeah.
Players even see it. It's one thing when you just trying to come up with stuff because you ain't got the players. That's not the case. The players are saying, "Coach, stop scrolling through the playbook, man. Pick the first play on the first sheet in the first call. It literally says, throw it up."
Mm-hmm.
I don't need all the language and shifts and motions and calls, and it's throw it up. What do we do in 2015? With me. You just say with me. All right, guys. Sticky situation right now in the timeout or whatever, and then you look around. All right, we got Will, so we're gonna come out throwing it deep. What we doing? Okay, they trying to stop Will. We just gonna run left and right with CJ. What are we doing? I mean, it was when you got talent and you recruit so hard, the play calls don't gotta be complicated.
Yeah.
I remember watching Georgia and Alabama, and I'm just like, man, everything they call just seems open. They're just calling basic stuff. Because they got Jameson Williams running past people.
Mm-hmm.
George Pickens catching double covered posts and all. It's like when you got talent, your coaching seems to be spectacular if you don't try to overcoach it.
Mm-hmm.
Phil Jackson was, he was all zen and Buddha garden and, peace be with you. And that's easy when you got Michael Jordan. You real philosophical and all that and calm, and you sit on the bench a lot, and you can do that when you got Scottie Pippen.
Got incense in the locker room.
Yeah, I mean, he ain't yelling and stressing. No. His triangle offense look genius. Well, you got some of the greatest players ever running it. I mean, it's the best example of a whatever offense you put out there. He could have called the motion offense the greatest offense ever if you got them dudes. So some of it is lucky to draw, which Denbrock's got to get out of his own head. Maybe he thinks that he manufactured those 2 first-round receivers and a Heisman quarterback. Well, what you come to find out is when they left you, they were still pretty good. Perhaps the best on their teams. And they all went to 3 different teams. So yeah, Denbrock, yeah, you was calling some good plays and all, but you had 3 superpowers over there too. So maybe when you're watching the tape, think less of what you called and more of who it was. So then you can take it back to your team and be like, okay, yeah, I love this play there, but these are the guys that made it happen. So who are the guys that's going to make these plays work?
Lucky Lefty podcast. I got Justin Indy Sniper. Freeman got to Notre Dame with the depleted and poorly recruited wide receiver and quarterback room. I mean, I agree, but he he hasn't changed his stripes. He hasn't changed his stripes. We just gave there's no excuse for Malachi Fields not getting the ball 7 to 10 times per game. No excuse.
I don't know about poorly recruited receiver and QB room.
No, the wide receiver room when he got there was because you remember when Sam Hartman got there, all he had.
Austin still playing. Kevin Austin caught a touchdown at the end of the Saints season this year.
Bro, are you kidding me? He coached Kevin Austin for 1 game in the bowl game.
Okay. So who was the next year's? Okay.
The next year were all literally the next year. Who did he have? He had Lorenzo Styles Jr. He had Jaden Thomas.
Okay. Rico Flores.
Deion Colsey. No, Rico didn't show up until the following year. Rico showed up in 20. No, Rico was there. Yes, Rico was there in 23. He had Tobias, Rico, Jaden Thomas, Lorenzo Styles Jr. Come on, bro. Yeah, come on, bro. No, because I know he. Boy, you are part of the brotherhood, boy. Because you're about to do boy. That blood runs. Ooh, that Notre Dame blood runs strong.
Okay, I'm okay, but we have like Sean said, we have Michael Mayer though. So
come on,
Michael Mayer's 1,000-yard tight end. We don't even get those no more.
Are we really about to ride that train?
There's no train to ride. Depleted is just a stretch.
Bro, he had all freshmen and sophomores with no experience. How is that a stretch? I mean, just explain to me how it's a stretch. I don't see it as a stretch. He definitely didn't have a quarterback room when he arrived. We agree on that. Don't we? I would hope we agree on that.
That was Jack Cohn's year.
He coached Jack Cohn for 1 game in the bowl game.
Oh man, I can't. Okay. So I'm thinking, who's the
He went into Ohio State with Tyler Buckner as his starting quarterback and Drew Pine as the backup. That's what he had.
Okay, I remember that year. Yeah, it was tough. Tough year.
He had wide receivers watching YouTube to get release moves.
Oh, that's when Avery Davis got hurt. We were supposed to have him.
They had your boy Braden Lindsey. Come on, man. Come on. Like, I have no problem with what Justice said. The problem is he has not changed his stripes offensively, not wanting to. He takes more chances in special teams than he does offensively.
Yes.
Yes.
That's Denver.
They are a more daring team, special teams wise, and have been since he's arrived than they have ever been offensively.
Well, that's strategy.
That has to change.
That's strategy because of your defense was so superb.
So you can't have a good defense and a good offense?
His offense would always be substandard to the way he wants his defense to be. He never let his offense really, be a forefront. I mean, it's just always a secondary unit. So they just had to play complement to what the strength of the defense was. We wasn't at the balance that I agree where he lacked at, where, like you said, I mean, he felt like the point total mattered. Yeah, they're second fiddle, but we got 39, 40 points. But that's just not the way to win in the games that matter. And we tried it. We tried to win the way Marcus Freeman ideally wants to win. And you saw that the Sam Hartman year when we played Ohio State at home. It was 10-7. We ran the ball 68 times. Right? And it just wasn't enough. I mean, shoot. They had 2 or 3 explosive play touchdowns. And we gave up the strategy to literally the last drive of the game. Gave up the strategy. So, I don't know. Maybe Marcus Freeman, that haunts him, that the way he wanted to win, he couldn't necessarily prove it. And he had 2 chances at it, which is crazy. No, 3 chances at it. At their place, at home, and in the championship. Doing it the way, ideally he wants to win. And I think he does have to evolve, but he's more forced to evolve than has to evolve this year. Because so much is put on your quarterback. Your defense is going through an identity crisis that we won't see until they play, but I know it's an identity crisis. Look at how Charlie Partridge came in. He talking about, I'm here to solve conflicts. I'm like, what is he come to the Middle East? What is this? This is Iran and Israel tensions? Man, talking about coming to solve conflicts and be a peacemaker. He ain't talking. I was like, wait, what job we hired him for? So there, it's an identity crisis. But offensively, this is the time to show what we've been hiding for so long. And you got a guy that we believe can, well, I don't even think it's past belief, a guy that's expected to go out there and show you. So, I mean, it's a different look for Marcus Freeman. A bird with new feathers. And we got to see how he rides the wave. He's going to have to be, like we said, not only more involved, but a little more animated. And I think naturally, because he may not be as comfortable with the offense having to hold the weight of the team in the game. We might get to the Miami game and shoot. Defense may just be giving up points to Malachi Tony. Who knows? Malachi Tony might just have a day that day. Marcus Freeman can't be sitting back, chill as a fan like he likes to try to act like, because he got Xavier Watts back there and he's like, I'm gonna give you guys another chance, but come on now. He can't be like that. He might be like, hey, Denbrock, save our butts right here. We need something real bad.
Yeah, the game, like, take an example. The game plan versus Miami early was super passive. Super. I don't care if you do have a first-time starter.
Super.
With quarterback runs, with a non-running quarterback and screen passes.
That was the whole drive. The whole first couple drives. I'm like,
dude, the entire first half.
Yeah.
Like, you had the best player in college football in the backfield and
wouldn't even give it to him. We out there acting scared. I don't know what that was. So
that I can share this. I can share this. Now, you tell me what you think. I was talking to a recruit that's an offensive player, and I was asking him about his spring visit and what he's going to want to see. And he said, no, I asked him that, but I got this answer from him when I asked him, how do you see yourself in your usage on the next level? His response to me was, I don't want to be double teamed consistently. And I want to be able to be moved around so I can get the ball. And that can sound selfish to some people, but I totally understood what he's saying. Like, I don't want to be in an offense where I'm just a boundary receiver or a field receiver. I want to come out in certain formations. I want to play in the slot. I want to be stacked in other formations. I want to be to the boundary, solo, maybe the field solo. Like, I just want to have the opportunity to be able to be given the ball and targeted within the offense. And I thought that was a pretty fair view of how he wants to be used and how he sees himself, because it's very much the way he's used in high school.
All right.
And so for me, when you have a talent like MALIK Fields and you don't use him in different ways to make sure you can get him the ball, my question to you is that, okay, Left, is that on the play caller? Is that on the pass game court? Like, who is that on? Do we just chop it up to, you had two really good running backs. The opportunity really wasn't there. You had a young quarterback, so maybe you didn't want to do a lot formationally.
Well, I think offense tells a lot about the offensive coordinator just from how it runs to, you having a quarterback that understands how you're calling games and what you're looking for and why you're calling plays is just ultimately important. Denbrock having to play QB shuffle for 3 years, you can see in the game where there's a lack thereof chemistry, where you're getting in points of the game in drives where you're like, I'm kind of stalled out on certain calls because either I can't trust him because he's not comfortable, but I really love the play, or it's like, he's really good with these certain, and we need him to just sustain. We just need a drive to sustain with some plays that he's good with, so you don't try things. And so, you go into a game week where you may have 60 plays where you like, man, this will get everybody involved, everybody activated. But that's all depending on how well your quarterback is receptive and what he's good at. Because at the end of the day, you're going to frustrate yourself to hell trying to figure out why he can't call what you are just drawing up. You can draw up 1,000 ways to just dominate what you're looking at as a play caller, but your quarterback can run 2% of that. It's like it's just 60 times. So, you getting that rut of, well, shoot, it's not necessary. We need something, but we don't show them the same thing about 5-6 times now, and I want to try this, aka 3rd down and 2, middle of the field. Let's try this post. I'm holding on to the Carr. I know it can work. It's a great look, but shoot, Riley may not see it. He may drop the snap, get hit, whatever, and then you make the call and he throw a pick. You like, oh. Back to the 10 plays. He's good. It's just that it can get that complicated. And so, when you see it work well, you see the main players be accentuated. That's just what I think good offense is. The main players being accentuated. And it's clean. When you think of Indiana, you immediately know, okay, they got the 2 running backs, quarterback, and then them 2-3 receivers. You even know them by name. Because that's just what the offense is. When you look at our offense and Aeneas may have a day, and Jaden Greyhouse may break out for a game, and then Jeremiah loves that. It's like you just calling things. But Indiana, every week, you knew what they was going to. Run. When in doubt, go back shoulder or rely on Fernando to do some things. They're going to the same players, same plays. But that's when you got a quarterback that's mastered what he's good at and what you're good at calling. There's a synchrony between those two, and then you're not questioning where the guys are at. Dang, where's this dude at? Dang, where I know he's good, but why he not in there? When that happens, you're not doing something right. Something's not connected.
Mm-hmm.
You look at Indiana, shit, you didn't have to question where somebody was. Everybody was getting the rock. Everybody had their role. When AD got in the game, a back shoulder was coming. You thought. Number 3 get in the game, catching one of them hitches and turn it up. One of them posts on the play action. You look at us. What was Jaden Thomas' role? No idea. You start to see somewhat of an idea with a phase on. Okay, he gonna come catch them quick screens. He gonna do a little comeback on the play action.
Mm-hmm.
That's 2 plays. Then you got, Will Pauling got a little more involved. He caught a couple deep routes, a couple overs. And then MALIK had his go routes. So you start to see it develop into that. Unfortunately, those guys are gone.
Yeah.
Think about how hard that is. As a Denbrock, where you're like, okay, this is what CJ can be good with. These guys are good at doing these particular things. Okay, we can build on that. But dang, they all leave. So who can do the go route? Well, you got 22 receivers on the roster. Nobody got experience for real. But CJ's good at these things, but we got to test out 4 different guys, and it's a lot of figuring out. And then CJ's got to trust it. So it's a community. That's why I put so much on, 1, because I know him, 2, because I know how it works doing it, and then just at that level, just can only imagine, right? It's a stressful thing, even though you got so many different weapons. But even with the success we had last year, you knew what made our offense work. When you cut it all down, okay, 4 and 24, they're going to give you the most trouble because most of the plays going to call to them. The only problem is at Notre Dame, you got so many other guys too. At LSU, he had a great first crop, and then the second crop filter in whatever. Notre Dame, your first 2 crops may be really good. That's why I think it's so hard, is because your 1s and 2s are really, truly 1As, 1Bs.
Mm-hmm.
You go to LSU when he had Neighbors and Brian Thomas and Jaden Daniels, I can't tell you who the backups were. Maybe Booty was the Booty dude from the Patriots. Was he? Maybe. You go to Notre Dame, shoot, you name off 9 guys that can be impactful. You know, and they all got a different thing they do well, and Denbrock's got to figure that out. And then you don't want to get away from the run game, but that's you leaning on Sider to have his professional insight.
Yeah,
because that's somewhat of a blank canvas. I wouldn't, I would love if Aeneas, in my mind, would fill in that role because it's just the next in and next up and all of that. But we got some good looking running backs. Some good looking running backs coming in. And then you got to talk to Sider and be like, listen, Sider, you were able to live in the limelight undeniably because you had 2 of the best players on the team. Well, I don't know if I can call your top 2 running backs right now the best 2 players on the team.
Yeah.
So you might have to be strategic in when you're putting guys in because the ball may not be getting handed off as much. That's possible. What does Denbrock think is the way to win? Does he? I know he can't believe in the run game as strong as he did before. I mean, do you believe in it, SD? I mean, yeah, I think it's going to be there, but I don't think it's going to be.
I think it's going to be productive.
I don't think it's producing.
I think it's going to produce. Is it going to be as dynamic? I don't think anybody expects it to be as dynamic.
Fair. And that's fair.
That's absolutely fair. But I mean, once again, expectations. Nobody's expecting it to be as dynamic. But it can still be very productive. Very productive. Can they average 6 yards per carry? Yes. The hope is that the offensive line would be better.
6 yards per carry takes some talent.
Well, man, they averaged 6.7 last year with the offensive line that was giving up tackles for losses and
defense. Walker Award winner.
I agree, which made up and overcame the subpar offensive line play at certain times. I agree. You asked me, can they average 6 yards per carry? Yes. You have a running back that when he played last year had 3 touchdowns or over 50 yards.
Yes.
So let's not act like bums are in the running back room for Notre Dame.
No.
We're not about to do that.
No. I'm giving respect to the 2 guys.
As you should. They deserve that. They absolutely deserve that respect. I have no problem with that. No problem with that. However, I do think there's an opportunity here where he has to answer the bell when it comes to his offensive blind spot as a head coach.
But the truth too is Denbrock comfortable letting CJ have a game where he's throwing 4 picks and have a game where he's taking more chances and letting him play a little more free reign, because from his own words, he was baby feeding CJ last year. We're just trying to get him comfortable, get him used to, what's going on out there, not giving him too much, letting him do some checks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got to let him go in there and run it like the CEO. But that comes from knowing what he likes, knowing what you want to do. So I advise CJ to get in that weight room, because if he going to do what Denbrock wants, he better be ready to tuck that football and add some LBs. You know what I mean? He better be ready.
You better be ready to tote that rock.
Oh, yeah. Because you just too little and not fast enough to be running away from people. Your best bet is to do the good old pump fake, get as much you can, fall down, and that's fine. But you need to add some weight, especially the way Denbrock in my opinion, get lazy and be calling these quarterback draws in the heat of the action. It's red zone. You spread everybody out. And then CJ versus a bunch of linebackers and a free safety, a safety that's not blocked, by the way. You're just banking on, okay, it's only 5 yards. He's running now. So, yeah, I'm with bitten by the party animal. Please fall down. This ain't your heat. I don't think you're built to be taking a bunch of hits like Riley Leonard, because you're going to have to give something up. And Riley gave up all of his passing ability, which is fine. But CJ's strength is his passing ability. So I would be fine if he gave up all his running ability. For this year, for what we need, mm-hmm. We got enough. I'm telling you, Denbrock, we have enough guys. This is my hope. We have more than enough guys for CJ to never, ever, 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 ever again be the lead ball carrier in any particular game. Ever again. I never and especially in games that matter. Because that seems to where it always creeps up and always happens. In the not against Stanford and Virginia and Purdue and these lowly teams. It's always against the premier must-win games of the season. Our quarterback happens to have the most carries in the game. Like what kind of play calling is that? If I'm just reading the stats, like ain't no way in the world ever. So that's my hope, is that Denbrock can trust enough that he doesn't need CJ in tough times to say, hey, I need you to run this one. No. Trust them calls that CJ can distribute the football. I want to see games where 7 different receivers get receptions. Them the type of games that CJ's thrives in. Not CJ's jersey is a different color than the team's because he's just putting his life on the line. Like, this is not the sacrificial lamb to get to a Heisman. He doesn't need to sacrifice his whole well-being to get a Heisman this year. I believe we have enough guys around him. If you put enough OC brain power in it, where he can elevate the guys around him enough to where he can win without having to have 4,000 yards passing and 4,000 yards rushing. I just don't want – I don't think he's built long-term for that. If he has around 500 yards maybe and like 4,500 yards passing, that's the ideal. I want to see CJ out there with look like he got a T-shirt on because his shoulder pad's so light. I don't want him to go out there with the neck roll because he know in short distance he got to be that running back for the team. When we got Kedron Young blocking for him, that's not the images I want to be seeing. You go two tight ends set with 2 running backs, and you got CJ in there running the ball with Kedron and Nolan James blocking for him. Leading through the whole I be watching that and thinking Denbrock is just laughing as he's calling this. There's no he's like, look, guys, I'm gonna put our Doak Walker, best running back in the draft. What was he on PFF? Pro Football Focus said he is the highest graded running back, not blocking back, running back in the last 2-3 years. But Denbrock's like, you know what? We need to switch it up. We need to have the best running back in the country with all the NIL money and all the NIL deals, the Celsius and the Samsungs and all the jumping over people and all the awards. Let's have him lead block through the A gap. Short distance in the red zone for a guy who, by all means, is a team player and is going to do whatever it takes now, but we don't need to be in those situations. You know, like if we can avoid that alone, I think this team can touch the stars. But if we get in those situations next year, I know that Denbrock's not happy with something that's going on. He can't trust something, and he thinks the easiest way is just to let the quarterback do, and that's fine. And I think that's why I like our guy yesterday, who's an Illinois commit.
Relax.
Who keeps answering, you know.
Relax.
Because he got the size, you know what I'm saying? He can get those couple yards for you. But we digress. We'll see what happens with that.
Nothing.
In the
man alone.
In the meantime, I just think that this is a good year for Denbrock to really take that. I think he wants to be in that Mike Bobo situation, that Todd Monken situation, where he can elevate to head coach real fast through that fast track of winning in college football. He wants to be that next guy because he see the track. He's seen the Lane Kiffins and the Todd Monkins and the Mike Bobos and the hot to hires. He wants to be, you know, he's seen LaFleur. Talk to me now. He done watched LaFleur done blossom to the head. He done seen him. He done told LaFleur to print him a couple copies before. I know Mike Denbrock wants to cross over and retire into that nice OC NFL position. I know that's what he's looking at. So this is an important year. He feels like, and this is me superimposing, but he's like, man, I thought I was out of here after Jaden Daniels. I was going to come back, Notre Dame, claim what Brian Kelly was teasing me with for so long, run it up a little bit, and hit the league. He didn't know he had to deal with the QB shuffle for 3 years. That's a challenge. So now he got a chance. But it's not the same type of quarterback.
The next couple of weeks is going to get closer and closer to free.
We'll see.
Lucky Lefty podcast. So great conversation about the expectations of Marcus Freeman. Has he fallen short? Has he met expectations, or has he exceeded expectations? Let us know what you think. Put it in the chat. Put it in the form of a GTB question, or if you have a GTB question, put it in. Super chat, put it in. Greatly appreciate it. Lucky Lefty podcast. I'm Shaun Davis. MALIK ZAIRE, the original Lucky Lefty himself. We are brought to you courtesy of Bleav Network, and we are presented by FanDuel. If you go to FanDuel.com, as we said before, you will find Notre Dame installed as the betting favorite to win the national championship in 2026. And CJ Carr is now no longer the co-favorite along with Arch Manning. He is the favorite to win the Heisman Trophy. A lot of buzz surrounding CJ Carr. You can find that much more over at FanDuel, FanDuel.com, or simply download the FanDuel app. And since we are going to talk about CJ Carr coming up and his leadership showing forth, you said you want to see some things from him, but before we give you an opportunity to talk about that, let's go ahead and play some of the off-season pleasantries that certain individuals have had for one CJ Carr.
He's very confident in his game. You know, he's not shy at all. He's going to go out there and throw a bomb to whomever it may be. Last year it was MALIK. It was to Faison, to everybody. And he, as a freshman, that's hard to do. You know, he came out against Miami. I feel like he had a great performance, you know, coming out starting against a great defense like Miami and doing the things that he did that game. And, you know, CJ is the type of guy who's just going to work until, you know, he gets to where he wants to get to. And I assume that he wants to be the best quarterback in college football. And one day he will be that. If not next season, he will be.
I just want to say Jeremiah Love is smooth as hell. Excuse me. Smooth as HE double hockey stick. That dude handled press row at the Super Bowl about as well as I've seen a top 10 prospect for the NFL draft.
That's right.
He was a darling on press row during the Super Bowl. But your thoughts about Jeremiah Love talking about his former quarterback in 2026?
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's gonna speak highly of his guy, and you know, he was very complimentary of the work ethic, and you know, the only thing he was questioning was the assumption he wants to be great. You know, I would assume, you know, not even assume, I would just know he's on his way. So, you know, this is a good year for CJ to go out there and establish that. But, you know, everything's in front of him. CJ never had the doubt. So I'm just excited to see where it goes.
There's one thing I will say. You talked about it. It's a very important offseason for CJ in terms of leadership. And that leadership comes in different forms. You talked about galvanizing the guys and how you would get all of the wide receivers and running backs together to make sure that everybody was doing what they were supposed to do. And so I think that's something, honestly, that I'm interested in seeing CJ kind of do. Like, is he going to be able to speak to the guys, galvanize them, get them together? And you said he needs to find how many? 2 guys this offseason during the spring?
I'm talking about he need to do his homework on them. He need to know their girlfriends. He need to know where they live at, what their schedules are, what they like to eat. He need to be, you know, on 10 with them. I mean, because it's serious, you know, relationship building, which you learn at Notre Dame through networking and all of that. It's just super important when you're the quarterback. Now, not everybody does it. I think to fit, to get comfortable. I mean, it's one thing to feel good out there, but to get comfortable out there and mastering what you're doing and being able to rise in moments where there's, you know, a lot of unknown. You got to be comfortable with who you with out there, and for him to be taking the offense under his own and mastering it. You know, you hear about it all the time. Guys that have their best careers and best seasons are usually when they have their go-to guys. Peyton Manning had Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what it was. I don't know if they hung out, but I know they talked a lot. Tom Brady with Randy Moss. Edelman. Wes Welker.
Yeah.
You see their relationship, Gronk.
Yeah.
Ben Roethlisberger.
One of these guys that you talk about is pretty much not going to be there in the spring, and that's Quincy Porter, who won't return to the fall as he recovers from injury. So when you think about that, Left, is there something he can still do with Quincy to still connect, even though Quincy won't be able to be on the practice field?
Is his hands broke?
If
his hands ain't broke, he'd be all right. But I mean, just everything's just communication. What you like, don't like. What I like, what you need to know I like, and what I like, how I like things done. And you know, it's all about connectivity. So when you get in practice and you drop in my favorite route and I get on you, it's different than, you know, it won't be a surprise because the expectation is this is my route.
Yeah.
You can't be dropping what I'm good at because that's how we're gonna make the money, you know. So I think a lot of what happens is I think how I played my best is when I just knew my guys. I had CJ, Chris Brown, Amir, Tarian. I was like, okay, I'm good. I don't care what we got. I had Will. When in doubt, if I see a look, I'm throwing it over there. I ain't tripping. You know what I mean? Helped you play faster. So it's rare to just see a quarterback do it on his own.
Oh my gosh.
And I think CJ needs to find that familiarity.
All right, let's check out some more great things that people have had to say about one CJ Carr. Let's check this out.
There's things like week 6 that this is the best quarterback in Notre Dame maybe ever. And like they're talk about him like that.
But it's might be true.
Honest to God. Like there's a Hall of Famer in there.
Yeah.
You know, didn't Joe Montana play at Notre Dame? They have a few, but not many.
Yes.
Yeah. It's Montana, it's Brady Quinn. The schedule is poop, and he is talented, and he's gonna put up numbers. I promise you, about 6 weeks in, we're gonna have people saying this is the greatest quarterback in Notre Dame history.
Oh, whoa.
I mean, all right. I mean, first of all,
Whoa.
I've been saying for years.
Weekends.
I have been saying for years, even when I was there, Notre Dame is set up right now, just like they were set up when I was there, for their golden goose at quarterback.
You have been saying that. You've been saying that. You have been saying that.
It's not even particularly about CJ. It's just about the time and where things are. If there is a quarterback with enough talent to make Notre Dame look how it should, and we catch us one of these Heisman type quarterbacks, he would unquestionably be the greatest in Notre Dame history and possibly college football. It's just because of how Notre Dame is primed for it right now, thirsty for it. And you combine that with a championship. I already told you, CJ already got it written for him. He just got to go do it. But the position is already, the stage is set. Everything's there. You win it at a time like this, with a head coach like this, and a program with the spotlight like this. Come on, man. We almost messed up and gave it to Riley. We almost messed up and gave it to a foreigner, a hired gun.
Yeah.
If CJ wins it, they're going to be, man, Brady, move over. Brady, move over. They might put a statue next to Marcus. I mean, it's too it's too much of what the school is begging for. Oh my gosh, we can't wait to get us one of them. We can't wait.
Well, we got the Doak Walker, so we're in the backfield. We got the Doak Walker this year.
It is hard as the Heisman quarterback. It just not at Notre Dame.
When's the last time Notre Dame had back-to-back 2 players, the finalist group of the Heisman in consecutive years?
We had the Buckets.
Yeah, that's true. I'm trying to think would that be the first
How
year.
we treated Manti, and he was a linebacker. You kidding me? Manti was a linebacker. You would have thought he was next to Father Jenkins. Now just imagine with a quarterback with the talent level of a Manti. Oh, man. Oh, man. We're talking Tim Tebow level
It's never happened. Brady Quinn was 4th in 2005 and 3rd in 2006, but he was the same person in consecutive years.
Quinn.
They've never had they've never gone like USC that had Bush and Leinart consecutive years.
Questionably, Brady Quinn got bigger when he left. He became a bigger thing for Notre Dame when he left. He was the bigger lore when he left. So just imagine a guy that, let alone wins the Heisman, but wins the championship and the Heisman. Yeah. Like, Indiana couldn't do Fernando Mendoza the right way. You go 16-0 and win a championship at a school that ain't never did it, it's supposed to go crazy. So they couldn't give Mendoza the proper justice. If Mendoza did that at Notre Dame, man, what? Especially with his personality, shoot, man.
I did not know that Joe Theismann finished 2nd in the Heisman. I did not know that. He finished 2nd in the Heisman in 1970.
You know why you didn't know? Because he didn't win. That's why it's so important.
Well, I knew Rocket finished 2nd in 1990. I knew that.
But Rocket won one, didn't he?
No, he didn't. He came in 2nd. And I knew Manti came in 2nd.
Winning it at the quarterback position is...
Oh, it's huge. It's huge.
It would mean more than what Justin Bennett means to Georgia.
That man said by week 7 they're going to be calling him the best quarterback.
Okay, he ain't buying all that. But if he can go in there and win a championship, and at this time, man, they pass him the Holy Grail.
Yeah. He'll eat for free. He'll eat for free in South Bend for the rest of his life.
Oh man, this dude would be, man, I'm telling you, they would go all out for CJ if he just stays on the right path. Because everything is just built up. It's just built up to a point. Just imagine if we win it, they'd be like, oh, okay, it took us since 88 and then CJ came along. Oh, I could just already imagine. CJ could retire after winning.
Yeah.
And be good for the rest. I wouldn't have to do a darn thing. My dog Tony Wright's still down there in Florida just hanging out.
Loving it.
He don't
living
even
it up.
Nobody knows what Tony don't even know what he does. He just be out there hanging out every day.
We got to get K Minor back on, man. You talk to Corey?
Absolutely. Yo, he's coaching. Yeah. Like he's on the Oscar McBride path.
Oh, really? I know he told us when last time he was on with
his squad, right?
He had stepped away. Yeah, he had stepped away for a minute. Okay.
Yeah, so
all right. Notre Dame is definitely a stimulus, a coaching stimmy for his former players.
The stimmy for a Notre Dame quarterback winning the national title at a time like this. It's just so ready for it. They just like they're ready. I mean, whew. You eat off of that forever. You know,
man, there would be so many CJ.
So many CJ jersey babies, and then they grow up to say, "Oh, CJ was wild, love Notre." I mean, oh man, they might mess around, and make a movie, man.
Let's hear what somebody else had to say. A lot of pleasantries being thrown away, accolades being thrown away of CJ Carr in this offseason.
It's like almost
into
like
2026. The Irish aren't just talented. Some publications have them as the #1 ranked roster in the country. When it synthesized the recruiting and the portal rankings and all this other stuff. Why is 2026 going to be different? Well, it's because it feels like for the first time in eternity, Notre Dame isn't starting a new quarterback. I mean, we've seen the Sam Hartmans, we've seen the Riley Leonards, we've seen talented guys, but in many ways they're kind of mercenaries, 1-year rentals. Well, CJ Carr is the program. While other teams are installing terminology and feeling out their new portal quarterbacks. CJ Carr and Denbrock, they'll be playing chess while everyone else is still playing checkers. It's right now, Carr is currently a Heisman co-favorite next year for a reason. He's not just managing this offense, he's going to be weaponizing it for sure. You're no longer kind of a possession passing attack. You are a vertical nightmare. This is probably the fastest wide receiver core that we've seen in South Bend in quite a while. They have riches at the running back spot that you wouldn't believe. I think they're going to be just fine, but there is star power that will need to be replaced. So this year's group might be a little bit more of a blue-collar committee. Aeneas Williams has long been really well utilized as a third down specialist, but it's not like he's never had the option to be an every down back. He can do it. He had superstars in front of him. Now it's his turn. Keedron Young, another name to watch there. A lot of people have them in the top 3 in their early projections. I'm going to tell you right now, I think I'm going to go into the season having them at number 1. With the new rules, an 11-1, 12-0 Notre Dame locked for a first-round bye, and the independent disadvantage is kind of gone. Now it's about execution. And they sit right now with around plus 650 odds, plus 700 odds, so around 7-1, but they're in the top tier of college football going into this upcoming season. The smart money says the Irish aren't just a contender. They are potentially the standard going into this season. Marcus Freeman has his team. He has his quarterback. Now he just needs his ring. And it could be 2026 is the year that delivers it for the Fighting Irish fan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, the gas behind you being half decent as a quarterback at Notre Dame is ridiculous. So just imagine you being decent or being good. They're gonna be, we thought we saw him fly out there before. Like the myth would grow exponentially if you just seem like the answer at quarterback at Notre Dame, and you look the part. Oh, I mean, we might put him on the floor.
With the trophy, get your boy Jaden Wade to South Bend.
Listen, I have to talk to our team, and briefcases would have to be discussed. Some details would have to be hashed out, and we'll get back to you. But that's another thing. But CJ's path to superstar, we're not talking about, you're hot for a year, good job, Fernando Mendoza, flash in the pan. We'll never talk about it 5 years from now on an individual level. We're talking about babies wearing the jersey, taking the baby pictures with it, growing up talking about CJ Carr. That's a different type. That's like mini Michael Jordan type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I named my son Michael because of Michael Jordan. That's that type of route that he's headed. And what's even better is you ain't got to do too much. This is not like you're Cam Newton where you have no talent on the team and you got to play big bad Nick Saban. You ain't got no challenges like that,
Yeah.
You got everything and then some to ride all the way to the throne. I'm telling you.
Yo, Greg McElroy said it towards the end. Marcus Freeman has his roster. He has his quarterback. Yo, now it's time for him to go get his ring.
The man gonna be better than Joe Montana. Like, oh my goodness.
So do you agree that while other teams with their transfer quarterbacks are playing checkers, that Denbrock and Carr will be playing chess during the spring?
I don't know. They need to be playing on the same side.
They need to play chess on the same side against AI.
Yeah, they need to be playing together. Whatever they do, they need to be doing it together and sync. I saw it in the chat. Was it how you say it? Synchronization. Synchronization.
They need to be synchronized.
Because that's all I care about. Because all that other stuff, I don't want to go out there and be like, what are we doing?
No, I don't think we'll see that. I just to start the season, if that happens, I would be disappointed. We talk about the leadership. CJ Carr showing a little bit of leadership and using some of that NIL money to share with his offensive lineman.
Valentine's Day is coming up. I just want to show how much I love and appreciate you guys. Watch you guys work hard every day coming here. Bust your butts. It's going to be a good spring coming up. So our friends from Bose had a little present. You know what I'm saying? We got some for the whole line. Appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all, boys. Appreciate you guys. It's going to be a good year, a good spring. Let's go, man. Absolutely.
Well,
See, they don't give. Listen. Is this? See, I'm a different type of guy.
Wait. I already know. Wait a minute. Don't do that. Don't do that. I thought it was a nice gift. I thought it was a very nice gift.
They were cool. Look, they were cool. They're your cousin. If they your little brother, if they your side chick is so cool.
What are you supposed to buy him? Some Rolexes? I mean, what do you want?
No. See, I'm different though. See, if I'm giving, first of all, I'm not giving no headphones to no lineman. That's opposite.
Okay, so that's fair. Let's open it up.
I gotta think objectively. Why would I give the 5 guys in front of me that's supposed to be in communication at all times? We dealing with 6, possibly 7, possibly 6 rushers at a time. Why would I give them something to block out the noise? I'm not doing it. I'm like, boys, this is a terrible idea.
Maybe it represents them being able to hear the quarterback.
You can't hear me.
You don't know what it represents.
If I'm walking down the hallway, you got the things on. You can't hear me. If I say down, say height, I'm jumping on sides. You can't hear me. If I gotta say, I need you to.
Left. That's your interpretation. That's not his interpretation.
What else could it mean? You got the headphones right now, blocking out the surrounding sound.
What are you wearing?
Metaphorically,
are you wearing headphones right now?
No, metaphorically.
How am I hearing you? How am I hearing you?
That means
Through
that
what?
we not.
How am I hearing you, Left? How am I hearing you right now as you speak?
Because you have noise canceling headphones.
I'm just saying, I can hear you because of the headphones.
It makes
Maybe
sense.
that's what he was shooting for.
It makes sense for the setting, though. It makes sense for the setting. What setting do I want my
maybe they have Zoom meetings. Maybe he has Zoom meetings with his old lineman late night.
See, this is what I would do. Because you're right. It was a nice gesture. It's a part of the brand, the sponsorship. You shoot the commercial, everybody's excited. You probably had to add the fan noise. You know how you got to add the fan noise in to boost the excitement for the video. I get it's marketing.
Yeah.
If it was me,
what do you get?
First of all, I'm getting them a nice little stack of weights. I'm getting them a nice little weight set. Something they can put in their room.
That's an awful gift.
I don't know.
That's an awful gift. That's an awful gift. I thought you were about to give them like a full year of meals at like a barbecue spot.
See. Think about me. I'm different. I like packages and bundles. That's just a piece of the package. See, I'll just give one thing. I think objectively because I'm like, I want you to be at home, and when you pick it up, you be like, damn, my QB got me that. So when I get you a little weight set for your room, a little one of them little plyo, little push-up little things, and you hit them five times before you come to practice, you're gonna be thinking of
you going to the TikTok shop? Is that where you're going? You going to the TikTok shop?
All of that, yeah, absolutely.
No, come on.
That's we shopping in bulk. Because we shopping in bulk. The next thing I would think in the bundle, I'm gonna get you some smell goods.
Okay.
You know
okay. The smell goods I like. The smell goods I like.
Gotta be fresh. When y'all walking around, y'all gotta know that this is what the indie line smell like. We ain't like them other big dudes out there.
Okay.
Our quarterback care about our well-being on and off the field.
I like that. I'm a fragrance person, so I like that idea.
That's right.
Big
And
men can smell good too.
Then I'll top it off with a nice specific gift card to your favorite food spot. Because I got kids, I know they picky. I got one that likes full spaghetti and one that just like noodles with the cheese on it.
Okay.
So I know I gotta be selective. Well, you just can't take them all out to dinner. That's how they get you. That's how they run your bill up. I'm giving you gift cards because on your own time, after practice, you gonna get you something nice.
Okay.
Thoughtful. I'm not just gonna objectively give you no headphones or you can't hear me when I'm making calls. It don't make sense for a quarterback. I don't need you comfortable. I need you thinking of me.
Okay. I don't need you comfortable. I need you thinking of me.
That's right.
Only as much as ZAIRE could let it out. I don't need you comfortable. I need you thinking about your quarterback.
About your quarterback, you block. Look, we all win when I win. So I need you to block so we can all win. So when you do them little weights that I got you, nice little stack. I might, get you your favorite.
Get rid of the weights.
The weights.
Do the gift card and the fragrance.
That's the problem. That's the problem. All these dudes out here, they want flowers. All these dudes out here want their flowers. No, go get you some weights. Don't give me flowers. Give me a couple of weights.
I would give my wide receivers weights.
No.
I would give my wide receivers weights.
Oh, see, wide receivers different now.
Yeah, they need to get stronger.
They need to get fast. I'm getting wide receivers their own personal sack of bricks.
What?
Each one is getting some bricks. You know why? I need their hands to be hardened and calloused. Just play with a bag of bricks. Put them in your pocket, back in your dorm room. Because when I check your hands before the gloves, I need to see something on them. A stack of bricks. Jerry Rice did it, and he was the greatest. See, that's objective gift giving. OGG, objective gift giving. I'm going to get you a sack of bricks. You're going to thank me later. You see, I'm thinking about your career. Because if you can catch and move and handle some bricks, you can catch this football. That's OGG, objective gift giving.
OGG, objective gift giving. That's a new phrase for everyone out there. ND Nation, LL Nation. Make sure when it comes to birthdays, when it comes to anniversaries, and when it comes to Christmas, make sure you operate in objective gift giving. No, I'm just saying.
Is if you're a quarterback, it's like in the workspace. If we're working in the office, I'm not going to get you something that doesn't work for you in the office. I'm going to get you a stapler. I may get you, something that applies to helping your work day. I'm not about to get you some drawers or some socks or something I can't,
I would appreciate some whiteys, especially t-shirts. Can't have enough t-shirts.
I think everybody should in some way be an objective gift giver. Because that's the worst thing. You give a gift if somebody doesn't like it. But if you give somebody something that they always can use, you can't lose. See it just go together.
I don't think they want objectivity gift giving when it comes to receiving from a quarterback that they know is getting big time NIL money.
First of all, weights cost.
I'm just. If I were an offensive lineman, and I knew my quarterback was getting hypothetically $10 million in NIL money, he walked in and gave me some weights. Oh, we would have problems.
Why?
We would have problems.
Weights, some nice ones. Man, come on.
So you don't think I'm not putting in the work already? So you gonna get me some
no.
for the house? Is that what you're saying? I don't put
Waits for the house. Exactly. Waits for the house.
No, I don't need weights for the house. I put in the necessary work. What I need is some nice headphones. What I need is something that I use. Matter of fact, just give me a nice PlayStation gift card for when I play my games.
See, that's not objective. I don't need.
That's what I use. That's what I use.
If it's watching film, I'll get you one of them little remotes.
Man, I would love, you know what I would love? If I were the offensive lineman at Notre Dame, I'm talking about Sean Davis like today.
Wow.
Get me a nice leather-bound ESV version of the Bible. That'd be cool. That's objective gift giving. Very objective.
What's your signature in there?
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. I'll be like, yes, sir. CJ, that's a great gift. That's OGG. That's objective gift giving. Good job. Good job. Good job. Or if you want to give me a customized robe.
You don't wear it. No, hold on.
For me to teach in the locker room, by all means, go ahead. Make sure you get the nice little stitch down the velvet. Yeah. Make sure I get the cuffs. The nice cuffs on my wrist. That's objective gift giving. That's a great question for the chat. If CJ Carr was going to gift you, what would be the objective gift giving you would want from CJ Carr? Since we're going OGG, what's the objective? You know what I need? You know what I need left? I need the brand new Union Fragment AJ1s that were released on Valentine's Day out in Los Angeles. Size 11 and a half. That's objective gift giving. That's objective gift giving, CJ Carr. Very objective. What I need is what I need.
That's right.
That's what I need to stand and shout for you on Saturdays as you take on your opponents. That's what I need. That's what I need. And you can send me that same hoodie Quincy Porter was wearing.
Oh,
objective gift giving. That's objective gift giving, CJ.
The weather, man. The weather.
Absolutely.
I need to stay comfy and swaggy as I'm supporting you in them states.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That
Send me
baby
the powder blue. The powder blue.
How did he get that? I'm still questioning.
Right. I'm like, is that given to guys that are rehabbing? I'm like, what? Is that the rehab hoodie? That's the rehab hoodie? What's going on?
I didn't know they had collections like that. They had the rehab hoodie, the training room swag. Oh, man.
Have you ever seen a powder blue Notre Dame hoodie?
I've only seen a hat. And I got it. That's how I know. I only got a hat. I got it. That's how I know. Powder blue.
So you have a powder blue hat.
That's it. I ain't never seen a hoodie that looked that nice.
Man.
He up there hurt. Didn't catch no footballs. How you gonna be up there not?
Now I will say this. Let me tell you something. So I give you a story, dude. I came in for the Irish invasion this past year. So, you know, we usually come in the practice facility through the front doors. I didn't know where to go because they had the garage doors on the side of the building lifted up. And I saw a bunch of people going through those doors. So I walked through the door to find out where I needed to go in as the media. And the young lady that was there was so cool. She was like, man, I know you're good. You can just come through here. Walk right through there. You'll walk right to the practice area. I was like, oh, that's what's up.
They said it was the LL credentials.
Bro,
They said LL.
I didn't know. I was getting ready to walk past the merch room.
Oh, you walk. Okay, I know where you was walking.
So as I'm walking, I turn to the right and I see all of the hoodies and t-shirts, and I'm like,
untouched, packaged up, looking like, why is nobody touching these? They be hoarding. That's the problem. They be hoarding over there. They be having the swag.
That little guy on my left shoulder was like,
you just slide one of them things.
Just slide.
That's the thing. That's the thing, because they not missing it.
I'm ashamed to say it, man. I definitely was looking like, man, you slide one of them things.
They talking about, man, they ain't got nothing. They ain't missing it. They not. Man, as a player, you what they say, your clothes frustrated. Your uniform frustrated. You just like, man, they just sitting up in there, just sitting on all them nice unpackaged hoodies, and they over there just giving you your bits and kibbles, talking about, oh yeah, we give you one pair. I remember when I first got there, I'm like, oh, okay, they got all. If I can't go anywhere, I know I can go here because I'm on the team. You know, you looking around, I'm in the locker room, I'm throwing the footballs, I'm eating the food. I expect it to be an open closet. Because, you get in there, you see all your older teammates, they got all type of swag you ain't never seen. You're like, oh, you got the, where you get that? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That's collected over years. See, that's the PSYOP. It's collected over years. So you thinking, oh, they about to just, whatever. I go up there because they got the windows. You in the locker, they got two big old windows, and you just peeping in there. I see it. Oh, the hell was it? And they tell you, oh, you can get one pair of this. Or they stingy on it. You see a stack of 10 nice, fluffy, never seen before hoodies. You like, oh, let me get one of them. You can't. No, you can't. No. I must be a walk-on. You be thinking you don't even on the team. You would think you wasn't even on the team. How stingy they act about these.
They rationing out. They giving you rations.
It is great. They do you wrong because when they give you gear, they do. This how you know they're greasy. When they give you the new gear, they don't give it to you like, here, come up here. They gotta do it sneakily. You gotta walk in the locker room and it's there in your locker. Oh, okay. Okay, I ain't get to pick nothing. They just put it out there when you're not looking. So it's a stick. Maybe it's just that at Florida it was the same thing. So I don't know. Maybe it was the time. Nowadays in college football, you got dressing up in the whole uniform. You ain't even commit. How you put on the whole uniform? You in a full photo shoot with all the gear. He ain't even commit. You got the head coach in there dancing with you. You ain't got your mom and your little brother wearing the jersey. It's totally different than when I was there. So I don't know if the merchandise deal got bigger or whatever. But my goodness, man, times have changed. I was 2 years too short.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you were. Pretty much 2 years too short. Lucky Lefty podcast. So, great move by Notre Dame, who just a little bit over a month ago, they lost secondary coach Javon Coughlin to North Texas. I was there for the Irish invasion, and I talk about the energy that he brought on that day. Talk to Xavier Hassan because he will be returning back to coach the safeties at Notre Dame. And remember, we asked I said, man, is there somebody that can actually come in and do the job Mike Mickens did, which was coach everybody in the room? And we got that answer. Like, that has been divvied up to two people, but it's been divvied up to someone that returns as an incredible asset. Talk to Notre Dame 27 defensive back commit Xavier Hassan, and he's like, "Yo, I'm super man. Yo, I'm amped that Coach Carr is coming back." And Coach Carr, if you connected to him on social media, he was always throwing out something positive about the program each and every morning. He just brings an energy on and off the field. Very, very personable, very lovable when it comes to recruiting, and the recruits love him. So coming into to get him back as they go into spring practice and unofficials, I think is a huge boost to the 2027 defensive back recruiting for the Fighting Irish. So Coach Cotlin, great to have you back. Really haven't had a conversation with him. Shared a good head nod a couple of times out on the practice field. But other than that, just a really, really good guy. I know there were some other, I can't say this, there were other former Notre Dame players up for the same position as well. But for Coach Cotlin to come back, that is, man, it just keeps getting better. They take Shaun Shivers from the Indiana staff. Some great linebacker offers have gone out from Coach John Mary and Aaron Henry. As I said before, the crossover for the 27 to 28 classes with all the kids that he was recruiting as defensive coordinator that are in the Chicagoland area in the Midwest, that he now brings those relationships to Notre Dame, gives a jump start to what Notre Dame is trying to do. Notre Dame offered one of the kids that I'm really cool with, 28 wide receiver Marshawn Thornton out of Mount Carmel, teammate of Quentin Burrell and Tavares Harrington. He was offered by Notre Dame this afternoon over the phone. So he's super excited about that. And I'm going to get some more information from him later on tonight. He's currently getting ready. He's a really good basketball player as well. I can tell you one thing, he is super explosive. One thing I tell you about that, Quinn Burrell is just an all-around top 50 wide receiver. Marshawn Thornton is a take the top off the defense wide receiver. That's what he does. He had 2 90-yard touchdowns in the quarterfinal matchup against Loyola Academy. 2 90-yard. They were backed up on their own goal line, and he scored 2 90-yard touchdowns to kind of get the lead back because they were down double digits early in that game to Loyola. And Marshawn Thornton was the one that got that offense going. And that is a great offer. Great offer for Notre Dame. I remember talking to the wide receiver coach over in Mount Carmel, and he was like, the kid is really just scratching the surface of his gifts and talents. So they get Cotlin, they make that offer, they offer some more linebackers, and I'll try to put together a big list of guys that are coming in. The visits keep piling up. The official visits, the unofficial visits. I know one of those official visits is 4-star defensive back out of California, Gavin Williams. He's locked in. His official for Notre Dame is going to be on June 19th through the 21st. June 19th through the 21st. So it looks like the 2 big weekends for officials are going to be June 12th and then that 19th through 21st. As I told you about Marshawn, they also offered a 28 athlete, Zachary Johnson, earlier today for a wide receiver. So they're putting out a lot of wide receiver offers in the last week or so. They also got at class of 27 defensive back Amari Nugent out of Plantation, Florida. They offered him on yesterday. Captain Roll, a 28 cornerback, a wide receiver out of Florida as well. He was offered on yesterday. And then John Gay, he's a 27 defensive back, 6'2", 185 out of Chaminade. Chaminade is where I believe Jeremiah Smith and a lot of great players come from down in Florida. He was a defensive back safety, I believe, that was offered by Aaron Henry on yesterday. That's John Gay III. So a lot of offers going out.
Yeah, it's almost getting to the point where who can develop some people. You know, like you getting all this talent in there. And at some point, you gotta be able to coach. And I think that Marcus Freeman has shown that he can get the people in. Brian Kelly was good at getting the coaches in.
Yeah.
Marcus Freeman's good at getting the players in, but now can he do something with it? So, recruiting, man, is picking up, but love to see us use the talent that we get.
Yeah, and I just Jackson Dollar, 27 tight end Jackson Dollar is going to be at Notre Dame on March 21st. Jackson Dollar is going to be at Notre Dame on March 21st. So that's a little bit of recruiting news. Spring visits, official visits over the summer. Notre Dame is the staff is locking in, and yeah. I can't wait, bro. I'm excited about the pro day on the 24th, bro. Super excited about the pro day. I think Jay Love's gonna run low 4.4s, bro.
He's a track guy, so
yeah,
this is his type of event.
Like,
shoot, Jadarian Price.
His broad jump is gonna be crazy. Like, yeah, he's gonna put on a show.
Him and Jadarian. Jadarian is a track guy.
Hey, man, I might actually get to meet Andy Reid. I think Andy Reid might be in the building.
Wow.
I might get to see the Warriors.
You think so?
Eric Bieniemy would definitely be in the building.
Ryan Paul gonna be there.
Nah, maybe for Jadarian.
Yeah, look,
maybe for Jadarian. I can see that.
I like Jadarian at Seattle.
That is a perfect fit, especially with them walking away from Walker.
Oh man, I can
let him go.
That's why they did it.
That's a perfect fit. Seattle is a perfect fit for Jadarian.
Oh man, I'll be so happy.
Fit.
And that's crazy. He's a 2-back, so or Chicago. Shoot,
man. Shout out to Caleb Williams, who had to suffer through that beatdown that the Fighting Illini put on Elijah Arenas in USC last night.
The beatdown?
Yeah, we beat him by 40. At
How much
USC.
How much did Elijah Arenas have?
I think Keaton Wagler shut him down. Keaton Wagler posted him up one time.
You
and this
Keaton guy.
What do you mean? You mean me and this lottery pick?
He's not a top 10 guy, man.
The lottery goes to 14. So I mean,
I'm just saying. I just saw Darius Acup get 49 in 50 minutes.
Acup is top 3 in my opinion.
Really?
He's ignorant, bro.
Top 3 over. You got
what did he drop? 49 the other night.
You got Peterson, you got DeBonza, and you got. I mean, there's a lot of guys. Jeez, Louise. You got the guy from Houston. You got. I don't know how they're gonna do it.
Elijah had 8 last night.
Wow.
Yeah, had them clamps on them.
Y'all play zone with 7 feet guys. Like what?
Don't disrespect us like that. Don't do that.
That's true. It's true.
Don't do that.
Y'all got a bunch of 7 foot, 10-foot wings.
We're not done.
2-3.
We're not done kicking over the buildings out in LA. We got a special belt for UCLA on Saturday.
Nah, UCLA got something for y'all. That coach not playing.
Dude, that dude just crashed out at Michigan State the other night. Threw his own player out the game. Come on, man. I do worry about Illinois being in LA for like 2 to 3 days, though. I do worry about that. College kids in LA.
Yeah, the Big Ten, that's interesting. The Big Ten got to stay out there It's such a long travel. So you got to probably play all the West Coast teams.
It is what it is. You know. That's lunch meat. That's lunch meat for my squad.
But y'all gotta win the Big Ten tournament, SD.
To do what? To do what?
To show that y'all the team that y'all think y'all are. Y'all act like y'all the bullies of the Big Ten.
Nah, dude. We'll show that next Friday when we beat Michigan. That's the number 1 team in the nation, right?
You know how y'all that's
the number 1 team in the nation, right?
It's the suburb. It's like y'all got the Purdue problem. Y'all
we beat Purdue already.
I know, but y'all the best suburb team until y'all play a city team like Michigan, and it's
okay.
Realize
keep that same energy.
Realize where y'all at.
Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy.
Coach, what do they do when they press us? What do we do? Y'all looking up in the stands and looking. Yeah.
I think that Michigan point guard is like 5'11". Oh, that's easy. Oh, that's easy. That's easy. Right over the top. Right over the top. Yeah, I think
y'all can get to the half court. Y'all gonna get to the half court? Can y'all get there?
What do you mean?
Look, Michigan gonna be on y'all.
See, Michigan has a 7-footer, but we have 2. So I mean,
does the 7-footer have moves like the Michigan guy?
And then Michigan's starting power forward.
That's the thing.
Michigan's starting power forward. See, it's something in basketball called the Illini Stemmy.
Interesting.
Because Michigan's starting power forward, he was our 6th man last year. So we just shipped him off. Go ahead. You were over there.
He got the Pat Coulter treatment. He about to be holding up the MVP of the Big Ten.
I don't think so. But, you can put your money on it if you think so. You can put your money on it.
Okay. Oh, now the pastor's the betting man. Okay.
No, I said you could put your money on it. I didn't say my money. You could put your money on it if that's what you believe.
Man, after witnessing how you did me with Alabama, man, I don't know, man. I gotta check.
What up, Irish? I still didn't get my money. What you talking about? How I did you?
Question.
How I did you? No. You said 5 losses in the regular season. No, sir.
Season in the season.
5 losses in the regular
season.
No, sir. No.
The team's still talking about it. We contesting it because we knew
contested all you want to.
Knew the 5 losses was coming.
See it, Irish. What's up, my brother? Jacob Watson. I agree with you. Hey, man, it is what it is. Lucky Podcast. For Left, SD2 mics. Have a great evening. And, make sure you're in OGG at all times. Objective gift giving. And make people know that's how you want to be treated. Hey, CJ, I need those sneakers. I'll let your boy.
Absolutely.
Make sure you spend it different.